both kind of closed source. Yeah, it's closed source. So one I've got isn't really representative.
Yeah, so as much as you need, you can.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
We are working on drone stabilization because we think that this is something that can be beneficial to almost any kind of flying platform. It doesn't have to be our flying platform, it can be from someone else. You can still use our sensors, and it will provide you with a stabilization that it can be used in GPS denied or GPS contested environment. So where there's no GPS, there's no connection to your pilot, you can still rely on our sensors to bring your vehicle safely, which is cool. And this hackathon is just a great place to meet all the different people, see what others are up to, meet investors, meet military personnel, talk to them, see what they are up to, what they require, what pain points they have, and then see if your things can also help them with the pain points that they have.
Nенавидю.
That's the future of avionics.
Alright. So try changing the mode.
We think that Defense Hackathon really works well as a format for just coming up with solutions to whatever the challenge might be, and also sometimes surprising yourself, finding something that you thought was probably unachievable, and then you can actually achieve it.
So safe to say, we don't have a strong wind today, so we try to simulate it with the stick. Even when you push it pretty hard, you can actually hear the difference in motors. So that's the sound of the stabilization actually working harder to stabilize against the force being applied from one of the angles.
It wouldn't have happened, I don't think, without the Ukraine war. And I think especially, Trump's second term has really kind of crystallized for the Europeans that they really have to look after their own now. They cannot rely on the United States. And I think that's going to be great for the European startup ecosystem. Budgets are set to increase in Europe 50%. The amount of equipment spend will increase maybe from sort of 20 to 35%. And then within that, you're going to see a pretty drastic increase of that spend on emergent technologies, such as unmanned systems, such as AI-enabled weapon systems. And that's going to create a huge number of opportunities for startups, because these are the realms that startups participate in. The parts of the sector that startups are really good at, that maybe the old established primes don't necessarily have expertise in. So I think it's a fantastic time for European startup community.
A lot of things are happening all over the world, which is sort of bringing us to the realization that, okay, maybe it's not a taboo, this is a practicality. This is like, you need your armies to be capable of deterring any army in the world. And yeah, that's all these things sort of make you feel like Defense Tech Hackathon is a good place to sort of go and contribute your ideas to.
There's hacking in a bit of old plastic.
I've always had a passion for things like radio control planes and model rocketry and all that kind of stuff. And then progressively over the years, also was always interested in defence as well. And then the real, for me, the straw in the camel's back was Ukraine, and seeing the guys out there medevacing people. And I just thought, yeah, I can solve this. I can certainly help solve it. So it's really battlefield medical evacuation, and at the moment it's either done through things like, well, certainly in the British Army, it's done through things like Chinooks, and they have to have a full, not only flight crew, but then a full paramedic crew as well. The Chinooks are extremely expensive aircraft. They're in very short supply. They're on long lead times if you lose one. And it's, I suppose you could argue, it's a very traditional way of medevacing injured personnel. And sort of my vision is to do this as an autonomous UAV or as a drone that can get into these battlefield environments, risking as minimal equipment as possible and other personnel, pick up the injured soldier or injured party and get them out and back to proper medical attention as quickly as possible.
Well, this will have to do some quick. This system is connected up to whether it be